Alright, so I'm just coming off of my watch party for episode 3 of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and I have to tell you, this series is really killing it for me. This wasn't a series that I was really excited for when it was first announced. I thought, okay, this will be cool. Obi-Wan Kenobi, what could be the worst he does? Help Tusken Raiders with some kind of sand dispute, or moisture farmers with a Tusken Raider issue? I don't know, it just didn't seem all that interesting, but now that the series is out, wow. I gotta tell you, and I know it's not a popular opinion for me to like this or really anything Star Wars lately for some reason. There's a lot of trashing going on with it. But I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna tell you is that I loved it. I love this episode, and there are a couple key points I want to talk about in it. First off, I want to say that I stand with Moses Ingram. I'm sorry you've had so much racism thrown at you. That's horrible. That is so bad. I don't understand that. If people have a problem with the character, that's one thing. That's how it's written. You performed it the best of your ability. The problem is people don't see it that way. Some people. And they're a minority, but they are a loud minority. And they use race to come at you. And that's horrible. I'm so sorry that happened. That is not what we perpetuate on this channel. So please, if you're going to leave a comment about the character critique that you have of Reva, by all means do so. Please tell me what you don't like about the character, how it's written, how she's portrayed. Don't personally attack the actor. She doesn't deserve that. With that said, let's talk about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Okay, so I've made a few videos on different theories that I had as to what's going to happen. Really, it's speculation. And at this point, that's all anything is, a speculation, because enough of the story hasn't played out. It's not because I want to see these things happen. It's because I see little clues as to these things happening. If they don't happen, fine. That's awesome. That means that I could not predict what's going to happen. If they do happen, awesome. That means I'm smart. I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. But the biggest thing that episode 3, and I do need to warn you, there will be spoilers for chapter 3, episode 3, part 3, whatever you want to call it, of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So please, if you haven't watched it, go away now. Go away. Go away. Come back though. Come back to this video and talk about it with us. Alright, still here? So, let's go. I made a few theories, or speculations if you prefer, that one, Reva was trying to gain favor with Darth Vader or working alongside Darth Vader, something to that effect, and that's why she is personally after Obi-Wan Kenobi. Well, I was only partially right. She's after Obi-Wan Kenobi because she knows Darth Vader's after Obi-Wan Kenobi, and she wants to win his favor and become the Grand Inquisitor. Problem is, Grand Inquisitor isn't dead. Sorry, I know everybody thinks that this is a continuity issue, that the Grand Inquisitor was killed in the second episode by Reva. He was not killed. He is in Rebels later on in the first season. So that takes place about 8 years, roughly 4 to 8 years after the Kenobi series. So the Grand Inquisitor is still alive. It's the same guy, as in the same Inquisitor from Star Wars Rebels. That hasn't changed, just because it's a different voice actor that played him in Rebels than the live action actor in Kenobi. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, the 500-pound gorilla standing right in front of us. And that 500-pound gorilla weighs in at approximately 230 pounds at 6'5", and his name is Darth Vader. Yes, we see Darth Vader a lot sooner than we anticipated. I didn't think we'd see him until about the last 2 episodes, with some kind of culmination of them going whoop whoop bop bop, beating the crap out of each other. But they're doing it now. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to have a problem with the lightsaber duel between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, because a lot of you are raised on the choreographed dance fighting that existed in the prequels, and I do call it choreographed dance fighting because that's what it seemed like to me. It didn't seem real and harsh, but then again, I don't have the Force, so my fighting style might be a little bit different than somebody with the Force. Yes, the Force does enhance their abilities. It helps them to manipulate their moves and anticipate their opponent's moves. So it does seem a lot more choreographed when probably it isn't. But now you're looking at an Obi-Wan Kenobi who's disconnected himself from the Force. Problem number 1 for you guys, not for me. Who can't fight the way he used to, or doesn't fight the way he used to. Not yet, at least. It's coming. But it's more real. This lightsaber fight feels more real. You feel the attacks. You feel the power from Darth Vader as he hits and hits and hits. You feel Obi-Wan Kenobi struggling with every defensive move. It's power. It's real. It looks like it hurts just to block. I'm not going to lie. But then we get Obi-Wan Kenobi being dragged through the fire by Darth Vader using the Force. Brilliant parallel there. I'm going to do to you what you did to me. I'm going to catch you on fire, make you feel what I feel now, what I feel every moment inside this suit. You're going to feel my pain and possibly want to turn to the dark side before I kill you. Possibly. But wow, that is incredible. This was probably the darkest moment I've ever seen Star Wars. And we've seen some pretty dark moments. This just took the icing and smeared it all over the cake, threw it on the walls, splattered it on the ceiling. It's all over your stove, and now you got to clean it up. You're left wondering, how did this happen? Well, it's awesome. Yeah, I can't stop praising the show. It's just blowing my mind, really, that I'm really this invested in this series when originally, when it was announced, I didn't really care. I felt the same way that I did when they announced Solo. I was like, we know what's going to happen. You know, we know Solo's going to make the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs, and we know that he's going to meet Chewbacca and get the Millennium Falcon and somehow swindle Lando out of it. And where's the story? And the same way I felt with the prequels. I felt, we know it's going to happen. We know Anakin's going to turn to the dark side and become Darth Vader, hunt down the Jedi, destroy the Jedi Order, build up the Empire, and then here we are with Luke. But on all of those, I've been really surprised that I really like them. I really enjoyed all of it. I'm really enjoying all the Star Wars content that we're getting. Man, look at what we're getting. This is such a great time to be a Star Wars fan. We're getting so much, and you can say this isn't George Lucas's Star Wars, or George Lucas wouldn't approve, and yada, 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 and so on and so on. George Lucas isn't going to live forever. Other people are telling the stories now. If you don't like them, you don't have to watch them. And I'm not saying that to be an elitist or anything, because I want you to like them, and I want you to watch them. And I do want criticisms of the show, little critiques, as to say, in art, because that's how art grows, by critiquing the art, by pointing out the negatives and the positives as well. But I'm not seeing much pointed out for positives. That's part of critique. You point out negatives, you point out positives. You say, do this better, keep doing this. I'm not seeing the keep doing this. I'm seeing the do this better. And that's not just from people chatting online and stuff. It's from other YouTubers. It's clickbait, guys. They're using clickbait to get you to form your opinion around their opinion, to keep you coming back to their channel. And it's working. I don't care. I'm not going to use clickbait. I'm not going to use that kind of rhetoric to get people to keep coming back to my channel. I'm going to stay positive. Yes, there are things about the new Star Wars stuff I don't like. The pace of Boba Fett really got to me. The fact that Boba Fett didn't kill all the crime bosses when he had him in that room and they decided not to join him, that got to me. They eventually got what they deserved, but any mafia movie, those guys would have been gone. Chrysanthemum would have been behind him going, Finnick would have been behind them going, cutting their throats. That bugged me about the Book of Boba Fett. The Scooter Gang didn't bother me. They were in the show about 7 minutes of all the season, or all the episodes, so that didn't really bother me. The Obi-Wan Kenobi series, I haven't found much negative with it yet. Does Reva seem over the top? Yes, Reva seems over the top. She seems crazy. She seems like she's outworking herself as an actress, but she's supposed to. She's an ambitious wannabe Sith. She's written as a disposable character. She's not going to be back after episode 6. I guarantee it. She's going to be gone. She's going to be dead, and she's going to die by the hands of Darth Vader. He doesn't like that people know who he is. Anybody can argue with me all they want about Darth Vader not being a secret, and Anakin's identity not being a secret to Darth Vader. Grand Admiral Thrawn spent a lot of years in the service of the Empire, did not know for a fact that Anakin Skywalker was Darth Vader. He put it together himself because he's a genius. Grand Admiral Thrawn's probably one of the best villains ever written in Star Wars. Princess Leia lived, 45 years before learning the truth about who Darth Vader was? Okay, maybe not 45 years. She was in her 20s, mid-20s, when Luke finally told her. She worked closely with Darth Vader. You see that in A New Hope, when Darth Vader captures her on the Tantive 4. She says, Darth Vader, only you can be so bold, with her fake British accent. She knows Darth Vader, yet she didn't know he was Anakin Skywalker. That means his identity was a secret. Doesn't matter all those security hollows that they had in the Jedi Temple. They could be erased. And people getting mad about me saying that those could be erased. I mean, we have our own security footage in places now that can be erased. I don't get what the big deal is. Anyways, so yes, this series is doing it for me. I'm liking it more than even The Mandalorian. Sorry if that's blasphemous to some of you guys, but it just feels more real. The emotion feels more. It doesn't feel like it's riding on this cutesy character that doesn't speak. Now, Leia is a cutesy character, but she's also sassy. This is the Leia that we know from A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. This is the sassy Leia who's going to lead the rebellion and use that gun that she wants to learn how to fire. But let me know what you think in the comments about this series so far. What did you think about the clash between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader? Do you think we'll see another one? I do. I think we're going to see a big one near the end of the season, and Reva is going to go down. Not that I'm happy about that. I actually like Reva's character. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is Gerald from Star Wars Fanatic, signing off, wishing you all great health, happiness, and prosperity. Thank you for watching, and remember, this is the way, the only way.